So are y'all ready to talk about what happened Thursday evening? Nothing funny about it, to be honest with you. It was a train wreck. It was a slow motion car accident. It's whatever horrible metaphor you want to come up with. That's what Thursday night was. And let me start by getting this out of the way, okay? The fact checkers on Friday, of course, came out, CNN's Daniel Dale, and he said, listen, we were able to track at least one lie, one piece of misinformation, or one distortion of the truth in every one of Trump's answers, okay? So there is no doubt, there is no question that Donald Trump lied his face off all through that debate. He was awful with the lies. And of course, CNN deserves a hell of a lot of blame for not fact-checking him live at the debate. That could have changed everything. But instead, they allowed him for 90 minutes on stage to lie about everything to the American public. An American public that, by the way, is not going to go back and read what the fact checkers say. Okay, most of the people tuning in last night were people who are just undecided voters because they don't regularly consume political news. So they're not going to go and read those fact checks. I'm sorry to have to tell y'all that, but that's the reality. What they will remember, of course, is this. And you can be mad at that if you want, but that is how President Biden's face looked for the majority of that debate. He looked aloof, he looked confused, mouth open, just didn't look like he didn't know what was happening. Like he couldn't process what Trump was saying. The first 30 minutes of the debate obviously were the worst. And the problem you have there is not everybody tunes in for the full debate, folks. You have a lot of people, probably millions of people, who turned it off after that first 30 minutes, so that's all they saw. Yeah, Biden perked up a little at the end. He did get some good zingers in on Donald Trump, but he also told us we defeated Medicare. If you think that's not going to be used in Republican attack ads across the country, you're absolutely kidding yourself. On Friday morning, every left-leaning website, every neutral website, AP, Reuters, international news websites, BBC, Al Jazeera, Independent Online, all of them were saying unanimously, Democrats are screwed if this is who you're putting on the ballot this year. International news outlets freaking out. U.S. allies freaking out about how bad that performance was. So it's not an overreaction to say that this was a horrific debate for Biden because the whole world was watching and they were shocked at what they saw. 2/3 of viewers, according to the Snap polls taken after the debate, 2/3 of viewers say that Donald Trump won. Hands down, he won. They didn't call out his numerous lies. They just said that Biden's performance was so bad that Trump won. And that is a sad reality that we have to face. Also, the sad reality of how Biden looked, how he presented himself. And again, this is not just me saying this. The world is saying this. But so are Democrats in Congress, their aides in Congress, and Democratic donors. Let me read you a couple of these quotes. One Democratic operative said, quote, Biden is toast. Another, an advisor for Democratic donors, said this, our only hope is that he bows out, we have a brokered convention, or dies. Otherwise, we are effing dead. One of them said, told Politico, I mean, it's not great all around. Our president has a speech impediment, a cold, and is 81. That's actually a Democrat who they did not name by name, but is running for office in a statewide race. Another senior aide to top Democratic officials told Politico, quote, no one expected a master class in debating from Joe Biden, but no one expected this nosedive. He was bad on message, bad on substance, bad on counterpunching, bad on presentation, bad on nonverbals. There was no bright spot in this debate for him. The only bright spot is that this happened in June and not October. It was that bad. Listen, as I said to start this segment, Trump lied all night long. He didn't say anything that was true. And we know that, I know that, you know that, the fact checkers know that. The average person out there is not watching this. They're not reading the fact checks. They're not looking at the message the DNC put out the very next morning, laying out Trump's top 50 lies of the debate. They heard him say things. They say, okay, well, if that's the way it is, then yeah, okay. And that's it. They process that and they move on. But those faces that Biden was making, the "we beat Medicare" statement, those are going to live a lot longer than those lies are going to live, than the fact checks are going to live. We will see those images of a glassy-eyed, open-jawed President Biden floating around social media from now until the election. That's it. That's the reality that we're in right now. It was not good. Can Biden bounce back in the next debate? I don't know. I'd love to tell you that, yeah, this is a fluke. I'm not going to tell you that because I genuinely don't know at this point. It was bad. And anybody that tells you it wasn't bad is straight up lying to you.